This is Hannibal from thehannibaltv.com. This is a Great North Wrestling podcast with Natalie DiDonato from Mob Wives, who last weekend had a celebrity boxing match versus Christine Curran from Dining Divas. I had both of these women on lately prior to their celebrity boxing fight. The fight ended up getting pretty heated. These girls were really going at it. Natalie has sent me some pictures of Christine, I guess, using her legs and some other tactics in this fight. I have not seen the full fight. To my knowledge, it was not streamed live, and I don't know if it's posted anywhere. If somebody from the fight is willing to let me post it on the Hannibal TV, you can contact me and I'll be happy to put it up here. But the bottom line is why I'm having Natalie on today is to give her side of the fight. It was ultimately ruled a draw from what I was understanding. I actually heard audio that Natalie sent me from the promoter of the fight saying that it was a draw. So I believe it was ruled a draw, but I guess there's some confusion now. Apparently, Christine Curran has the title. So I don't know. Let's go to Natalie now, who's going to explain it further. And also on the line here is the King of Connecticut, Matthew Granahan, who was the host of the event. He was a witness to the fight, and he also was a witness to the backstage happenings that were involved with this. So let's go to the call now with the stunning and highly seductive Natalie DiDonato.
So, celebrity boxing, I've fought a few times, and celebrity boxing is pretty much set up exactly how boxing is set up. The rules are pretty much the same. You are not allowed to hit below the belt. You are not allowed to kick. You are not allowed to kick in the vagina. You are not allowed to punch knees. The first 5 seconds, the first round, she started kicking and punching below the belt. I let it go. All bets were off. After I saw that the rest is with the shit, he was basically on her side. He wasn't calling none of it. Normal, procedure is he'll point her. He'll tell her, all right, point the belt. First, he'll give her a heads up and say, listen, cut it out and break it up. He never broke it up. The commentator never once said anything. It was like crazy. So I'm very smart. I got smart quick. I started saying, okay, it's time to wake the fuck up. Now, I'm not going to start kicking and boxing. I'm going to pull out my infamous headlock. And we boxed. Well, I boxed, and she did this shimmy shake with her feet. I'd never seen anything like it in my life. It was all from this stuff. And she kicked me in the vagina. She kicked me in the knee, and she was punching my kneecap. And then I just got her in a headlock, and I continued to box her. And it was hard because the ring was really small. It was you couldn't really go anywhere. And with that being said, I just put my best forward, and it was completely fixed. The ref never once, ever pulled her off when she was kicking and punching my knees and vagina. But every time I had her in a headlock or I was teeing off on her, he pulled me off on her. So I'm not mad. I'm not bitter. I was okay with the draw. Even after the fight, I wasn't going to talk any shit on her. I went over to her, I gave her a pound, and I said, I'm proud of you. I was immediately interviewed by one of her Dining Divas, Denise. And she was like, so what did you think of the fight? I said, look, at the end of the day, I'm not mad. I said, a draw's okay. I said, Christine had to do what she had to do. She went in survival mode. I said she was up against me. And, I give her a lot of credit because on the business side of things, she did her thing. I'm not mad. And then all of a sudden, she started causing a ruckus about she won and that she's a belt holder. And then it was like, all right, remix. All right, now you have me totally fooled, and you're just a busy bitch. And I don't feel the same way because you lost the fucking momentum and the sportsmanship, and this is for a charity. What are you getting all crazy that you won? So she threw a tantrum saying that she raised all this money and she can't lose in front of her sponsors and her daughter. And it was like she threatened Damon, and she's screaming she's screaming at the top of her lungs that, she won the fight, that I had to do what I had to do. I took MMA classes. I'm like, so basically you had this all premeditated that you were going to kick me. That's why you were taking MMA classes. Duly noted. Because I was like, why the fuck is she taking MMA classes? That's weird. It's boxing. Bitch, we don't kick in fucking boxing. So with all that being said, I'm actually flattered that she had a good sense of extremity to play little all me. And it takes a lot for me to get bothered. Where I'm at on social media, what it is I'm just having fun with it. And I'm just poking at her a little because she's really bent. And this is really bothering her. And she doesn't hold no belt. The belt that was given to her was for her. Okay, so I have Damon. Unfortunately, I don't know who I could trust. So, yes, I did record him. And I don't think he would have a problem with it. Because if you're telling the truth, then you have nothing to hide. I was at the airport. I called him. My boxing coach recorded it. And I said, Damon, who won the fight? He said it was a draw. She won't fucking stop. He said she won't stop ringing my phone. She won't stop crying. She keeps pulling up the sponsors. I gave her the belt to shut her the fuck up just so she could stop crying. I've never seen anything like this in my entire fucking life or any of the celebrity boxing. I gave her the belt to give to the charity. So I basically went on social media and said, we know you're not going to give it to the charity because you're so out of your mind about the belt that you're probably answer me. So it was real shit. And you're a pig.
Wow. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, Hannibal, this whole thing was just bizarre. Bizarre is the best word I can say. I mean, it's a cast of characters, obviously, celebrity boxing. And for me, coming in there from the world of mixed martial arts, I have never in my life seen anything like this. And I got to tell you, I've seen a lot of shows, local shows, that are put on by the schools to get their fighters over. I mean, that's something that's going on in mixed martial arts for the longest time. It goes back to boxing, trying to pad people's records. But I have never in my life seen someone demand that they won after the decision was already rendered. It was kind of comical. So I'll tell you from my perspective, when I got there, I was at the Tiki Bar before the event started, and I went over to see Christine and get my hotel room, and she was talking about how basically she could not lose. She's like, these are all my people. This is my show. I can't lose. So I'm thinking, you don't go into a fight that way. You go into a fight prepping how you're going to fight, to win. And get right in a fight. I mean, this thing was it was a Pier Sixer, I call it. Christine set the tone for that because she came out and she charged Natalie. Natalie talked about her low blow shots. She was trying to grapple her and hold her down, and she was punching her in the leg, and in the back. It was like bizarre. And
I never called her fat. I said she was a husky John. The whole entire time we fought, not to interrupt you, she was throwing her weight. It was hard for me to line her up because, she's throwing her weight at me. And then after she tired herself out, I just started, throwing them right down the middle, and I was connected.
Sure.
And everybody knows, but even Floyd Mayweather, before I went on, texted me. He's a good friend of mine. And he said, make sure you win. And he said, I'm getting on a plane. I'm going to be overseas. As soon as he got off that plane, he texted me, what happened? I didn't write him back. And someone else called me and said, what's going on? Are you all right? There's all kinds of rumors going around. They seen the YouTube footage. I spoke to him on the phone. He said, I've never seen anything in my fucking life, he said, like that. He said, that was so sick. She should be humiliated. Like, you embarrassed her. He said, and the fact that, like, the ref, the commentator, he said, these are grown men that were in on it. He said, Matt, your head should be really big. And he made me realize, he was like, big things are going to come out of this for you. You'll see.
Yeah, but that's the deal. That's what the vibe I got, because I was asked to come down there, and I'm coming from out of state to the event, and it was like a clique of these South Florida people who nobody really knows outside of South Florida. And those were the really quote-unquote celebrities, that were part of the event. And, Natalie's got a show on VH1, and Christine's got kind of that local show. It was kind of like, this is our backyard kind of deal. And it was bizarre, but let me tell you what was the weirdest part. So the fight itself was hard for us to see. We were running from place to place because it's so crowded, people were standing up. So I couldn't really see who was winning. I since went back and watched the tape of it. But it was ruled a draw, and figure, okay, it's a draw. Let's be happy with a draw. And I think Natalie was classy. She was happy with the draw. I texted Christine the morning after the fight and just to thank her. And she texted me back, like, all in capitals, this is bullshit. No one's going to see this till the decisions are first. I clearly won. And I was kind of like placating her back and forth. And I was, man, I have never seen anything like this before. I mean, it's like blatant because, okay, number one, if it's your show, Christine's been part of celebrity boxing, you would think the natural reaction would be to say, okay, I don't want people to think the judges are in my pocket, right?
Yeah.
In her case, it was like the opposite. She's like, fuck this, I won. It's just bizarre. And I don't know if she realizes it, but she's coming off as a little brat. It's almost bizarre.
She told a slew of people I had to do. You could all say at 4:30. I did. She said I had to do what I had to do. She's down tall. If she would have boxed me, she would have destroyed me. I had to fight like that in order to be able to win. And everybody kept saying, you didn't win. And then she started getting really mad. But with all that being said, at the end of the day, she didn't win. It's a draw. I had Demon on record saying it word for word. And I'm going to continue to let it be known. And everybody sees the footage. My Instagram, I have probably over like maybe 3,000 DMs. And they're all mad and fucking did your thing. You're classy. Don't give her the 5 minutes that she won. This is like, she's never been on television besides her local little bullshit show she's got going on. Now, if Christine would have been cool with the draw and she was a smart businesswoman, we could have did a rematch. We could have raised money for another charity, and we could have built it up and blew the doors off of it. But she's so engrossed in being selfish, and she made a fighting back against cancer, breast cancer, okay, about her. She's a sick bitch.
But I'll tell you, but Natalie, in that regard, my source instinct, when she sent me those texts, I was thinking that this was a work, and she was trying to work an angle, and you guys had a rematch set up.
No, she never liked. So now what's happening is I'm getting all these emails from all these investors, okay? I have about like 28 emails. And I even have one from a hedge fund. And they're asking me, one guy asked me to step up for 10 grand to do a rematch, another one, 22,000. I said, I appreciate that, and that's awesome. I said, but I don't know if you know, and I'm not being cocky or arrogant. I know how to get her a dollar. I said, I'm a businesswoman, and I thought she was too. I said, but I would never in a million years give her another fucking 5 minutes because she's trash. I'm not associating myself with somebody that is got bad sportsmanship. She's a little crybaby. She's a little bitch. She can't fight. She sucks. And her attitude was just atrocious. She was holding me on the ropes, and the rest did nothing about it. Like, it was the most insane thing. My boxing coach had to, like, unrelease the ropes. Because
and this was not sanctioned, right? Like, there was no athletic commission overseeing this fight. Is that correct?
No, it wasn't sanctioned. But that demon from Celebrity Boxing is screaming at the ref, break it the fuck up. That's what they're supposed to do. And dude was just acting like he didn't hear it. And afterwards, when I had her in a headlock, he was trying with all his might at one point to get me off of her, and he's a big dude. I wasn't getting. My headlock was like I was taking the air out of her throat. That was hard to knock her down.
I got an idea. I got an idea after watching this that would make this even better. The whole idea of a celebrity boxing with a small ring and the bigger gloves. And I'll forward to Hannibal. I'd rather see celebrity shoot boxing. And I talked to the Millionaire Fight Club promoter, Mike Caramico, about it. Because when I watch this, I'm thinking, and what I mean by shoot boxing for Natalie if you ever, shootboxing is you can take people down. You can do punching and takedowns, but there's no ground fighting. It's kind of like what the WWF did back in the day with the Brawl for All. But Eric Paulson actually, I believe, created it. A gentleman from mixed martial arts. I did a book with years ago. I think he was the one. He told me he created shootboxing as a sport because with those bigger gloves and with that tiny ring, it's more conducive to grappling. And
absolutely.
Yeah.
You don't know what it feels like. You got a mouthpiece in your mouth, a headgear on, you can barely breathe. The gloves are 25 ounces, or heavy as hell. So it's really hard to be able to box because how soft, they get in the way. With all that being said, let me just say, if you're going to do MMA, you're going to kick, make sure you connect. Those fucking kicks were weak as shit, and I got some strong-ass kick guys. I never felt no pain. I'm out and about. Like, I've been dusting this shit off like it's nothing. I heard that she's in agonizing pain, her neck is killing her, and good. I'm glad, because you're a bitter bitch. Serves you right. I was about to take the gloves off and fuck her up, just bare knuckle style, but I knew if I did that, then I was immediately disqualified, so I had to keep my head on right. But not once did I come out of my element of boxing besides the headlock. And the headlock only came about after she fought dirty time and time again. And I said, fuck it. And it was just whatever. If that was in Philly, God forbid, the place would have been shot up. I'm not even making this up. It would have happened.
So it's over now, Natalie, right? It's over in your opinion. Like, nothing's going to bring you back into another match with her, not a sanctioned match, not a rematch in Philly, no amount of money.
I mean, listen, if it was in Philly, I would love for her to get a taste of her own medicine since she's so big and bad. I would absolutely fight her in Philly. But she would never in a million years do it. Never. She could bring her sponsors and her fucking Goof Troop and her little Smurfs and, the whole plan. I would be fine with it. But she had somebody hit me up about fighting in Jell-O. Bitch, are you busy? Jell-O. And she's with that. Like, she's okay with that because she is a lowlife. Like, this is somebody, once again, that's the same whore crowd chaser. She is, getting to that point in her life where she's about to hit 40, or probably faking it, and she's already someone 40, and she's dying and starving and probably below to get on TV. I see it. I feel it. I know it. Where I can give a fuck. I've been there, done it. I just did a movie. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I have no management, and I'm out here winning. I'm doing it. And I'm not doing it dirty. I'm doing it with integrity and with a good heart, and I'm doing noble charity. I'm doing it from a really good place and not throwing tantrums saying, I did this, I did that, I better win. She looks like a total jerk-off.
Natalie, you know the old saying, I'm going to take my ball and go home.
Right.
This was her show. It was her event, and that was what she did. She said, look, they may not have said I won, but to me, I won. I'm just going to take my ball, take my belt, and go home.
Right. Well, what she did was, since she texted me yesterday, and I put it on my Instagram, and she said, I didn't say I won. She changed the story 200 times. She said, I got this belt, and I'm the belt holder. And I just wrote, listen up, you busy bitch. I'm tired of hearing from you. Take your belt in your dick hole, because I don't want to hear about it no more. You're making me sick. You're a freak of fucking nature. I don't want to hear no more about the belt. I hold the fucking belt. You're a weird bitch. Send the fucking belt to the charity, or do whatever you want with the belt. You suck. I thought you were actually stand-up chick, and you were business savvy. You had me completely fooled, and shame on you, because you're just trash.
Well, Natalie, what I want to ask you is this. Forgive me, we're talking about her, unless Hannibal wants to talk about her more. What I wanted to ask you is with the celebrity shoot boxing. After watching this, I talked to Mike Caramico, who Hannibal knows, who's a promoter for Millionaire Fight Club, promotion on broadcast for, and he's always looking for new ideas. And I pitched it to him, and he loves the idea that we would love to have you on celebrity shoot boxing, where you can take people down.
Yeah, I'm with it. Absolutely. I just don't really feel that the next time if I was to do this, I don't want to be in her stomping ground. I don't fight dirty, and I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not one to get revenge because when you win in life and you excel, the best revenge is success. Yes, success. I'm looking good doing it. I'm in shape. I don't want to destroy this girl, and I don't want to say terrible things, but the proof in the pudding, she's not in the best shape. And when you box, you should be conditioned, and your footwork should look good. And, it says a lot about you, how you present yourself. And
if you have the boxing rematch, I think Hannibal's promotion up in Canada would be, because that's a neutral location up there. Is that something you might want to consider, Hannibal?
That would be as neutral as it gets.
Well, I mean, look, at the end of the day, this is something that's a trending topic right now. I mean, look, we're actually, the fact that Floyd Mayweather even knows, what the fuck is going on. Michael Maximum Boom Cost, these are big, like moguls in the industry. Sure, we can get some sponsors and a couple airline tickets and a few bucks, and probably even get it televised.
Oh, for
so,
sure.
Yeah,
it could be a
as
pay-per-view
long as
for sure.
we weren't doing it back in her stomping ground, so she could, think that she's fucking King Tut and actually that she runs shit. She don't run balls besides her 19 other partners that's, dining divas. Imagine having to split fucking your money with 19 other people. That's a real
doesn't add up to much.
So, yeah. So, yeah, I'll definitely consider it. Like I said, it's been pretty interesting how I've been getting all these emails all day from all these different investors, and people are loving it. And, tonight she went on a podcast. I did not listen to it. I had, I took care of sick animals, and I had to, take care of a bunch of animals today. Long story short, the guy that interviewed her tonight, he hit me up, and he was like, "Hey, Nat, I really enjoyed the fight." He claimed both sides. And my fan sent me all his screenshots how he was saying she won the fight. And he was like, Christine's going to be on my show tonight. I'm going to get a sponsor or two to get you on the show. And he was like, I really want to hear your point of view. You killed it. And I wrote back, I rather used to laugh and cut my fucking eyelids open before I would come on your podcast. I said, and they'll never hit me up again. I'm not in the pink, playing both sides. And you can get 5 sponsors, stuff like that. And that's it. Don't hit me up. Because these are her people, once again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not putting me in a box.
No, it was just so blatant. And I've seen this for years in MMA and in local shows, but it's never been this blatant. To where the girls you better reverse this decision. That's just hilarious.
Yeah. Even after I was at the Tiki Bar, there was a sports commentator that talks on ESPN, and there was a gentleman that is a retired doctor that's on my Instagram, and he said, "You got robbed, superstar. You got robbed." And so did so many other people. And I said, "Listen, I'm out. I don't have any marks, no bruises. I'm okay with it being a draw. Let's not make it a big deal." I was really trying to take the high road, but she wrote the cunt off that was inside me, and it's motherfuckers like this won't let me be great. They won't let me be nice. So, yeah, of course I'd like to split her shit open. Why not? Because she's not a tough chick. She's just a brute, is what she really is. And a little crybaby.
All right, well, good luck with whatever happens out of that. It sounds like something's going to come out of it. People want to obviously see a rematch, so you're probably going to get money thrown at you, as you said. And I'm sorry about what you've had to go through.
Okay. People that stay true to themselves, keep it classy. At the end of the day, I know I'm Kirsten, and, it's just the way I am. I mean, I'm a mom's voice. I'm not, on sister. At the end of the day, I will come out on top. I like I said, I kept my composure as long as I possibly could. And she's going to fall flat on her feet.
You're doing it the right way. I mean, it's so funny, because you're going, it's just so blatant. If anything, if she really had the judges in her pocket, she should have just won the decision and been done with it. The way that she did it is just so ridiculous. She's sending me these texts that I clearly won. Nobody does that. If you're disappointed with a judge's decision in a fight, always say, don't leave it to the judges. Nobody knows this. I mean, she looks like a crybaby. It's hilarious.
Yeah, 100%. You would think, honest to God, you would think I'm Tatiana Ali. My head can't get any fucking bigger. I'm not even joking. You know what I'm saying? I know. I mean, the bitch makes me feel fucking great. It's awesome. So that's how you gotta do it. You gotta flip it. If you're a smart businesswoman, you flip it. You don't do this shit. It's like, excuse my language, but you gotta wipe your pussy. Nobody cries in boxing. Oh yeah, not really.
And this will be great because he's got over 90 million downloads, 125,000 plus subscribers. It's not really celebrity boxing fans, and it will take you out of her little clique, because that's the thing. She's living in her little clique down there in South Florida.
This is Hannibal again here from the HannibalTV.com. To close up this Great North Wrestling podcast, I just wanted to throw out there that Great North Wrestling Annihilation is taking place in just over 3 months, February 29th at the Galipo Center Theater in Smith Falls. Tickets are on sale now. Go to the HannibalTV.com for more information. The reason I am bringing this up is to simply throw out there, if these two lovely ladies wanted to settle their differences on neutral ground, they could have an exhibition match, whether it be boxing or shoot boxing, at this show, which will be live streamed. So I'm throwing it out there. Canada's as neutral as it gets. I know you guys have sponsors, so I guess it would just be a matter of the sponsors, and if you would truly agree to be on neutral ground, not Philadelphia, where Natalie's from, not Florida, where Christine is from.